3 days after the Grand Canyon Lodge on the North Rim tragically burned down, the Grand Canyon Historical Society invited those who had visited the North Rim to share their memories. We received more than 500 submissions. This short video shares a few of these touching recollections. Umla Posey Monk wrote,
My husband and I married on the North Rim veranda 9 years ago. I started with park interpretation in 2003. We were wed where I gave my first geology program and danced where I gave evening programs. The North Rim will always be home. It truly raised me. It brought me my husband, the family I have today, and friendships that will last a lifetime.
Cheryl Ween Shields wrote,
My husband and I were the North Rim campground hosts. I took this picture in the sunroom at about 12:30 p.m. the day we were evacuated from the North Rim. It was a perfect time for taking pictures of the lodge because there were no visitors present.
Chris Ford Morse wrote,
We were there June 20th. We go to the North Rim frequently, but this year we checked off a bucket list item and stayed in one of the cabins.
Penny Kirby wrote,
My great-grandpa helped build the Grand Canyon Lodge, and my great-grams was in charge of the kitchen and maid staff. Our family spent hours out there.
Jake Acton wrote,
We pressed a penny there a couple weeks ago and got a dozen pennies from the saloon so others could easily get one too. That's a real meaningful artifact now.
Jennifer Michelson wrote,
I had the sudden urge to see the Grand Canyon at the end of 2024 after seeing friends' photos. I don't like crowds, so I chose the North Rim. I spent every early morning on the deck with a cup of coffee and my book and every afternoon after hiking.
Kylene Shire wrote,
We took our grandparents to the North Rim because my grandma always dreamed of seeing the Grand Canyon. My sister and I had a memorable mule ride that we still talk about almost a quarter of a century later.
Meredith Garcia wrote,
We stayed at the North Rim every year for many years. We always stayed in the western cabins, and one year we stayed in a cabin that was right on the rim. So many happy memories, sitting on the porch in a rocking chair and listening to the pine trees sing to us, soaking up the beauty.
Michelle Erdman Gertkin wrote,
Here is a photo sitting on the veranda in front of the saloon looking at the deli after sunset.
Fran Talarowski wrote,
This is my favorite photo from our visit to the North Rim in 2022. This captures the relaxed, calm, beautiful nature of the North Rim. I found the west veranda of the lodge to be the perfect spot to absorb the canyon's majesty.
Karen Abrams shared this photo of Brighty from their 2019 Red Rock ride. Amy Hackett Ferguson wrote,
We were there 10 years ago today, my first and only trip to the Grand Canyon, and I was blown away by the contrast of the green forest and meadows that gave way to the majestic view.
Ruth Custance wrote,
We fulfilled my mom's bucket list when we were able to stay at the lodge cabins just a month or two before she passed away from cancer. Years later, my children's first visit to the canyon was a stay at the magical North Rim with snow still on the ground in places.
Christy Buckner wrote,
I spent a wonderful few days on the veranda at the lodge almost 6 years ago and couldn't wait to get back there. Now that will have to wait until they rebuild. It is just a magical place.
This video was produced by Davy Crockett for the Grand Canyon Historical Society. Visit us at grandcanyonhistory.org. Help us continue to preserve and share the history of Grand Canyon by becoming a member of the Society. Also, use the subscribe button below to receive more videos like this one.